And welcome to the 171st podcast of the NC Rowan County Anime Group. My name is Robert Clay Allen. I'm the co-president of this club. Today I'm starting this podcast, and I have a question for my friend Brent at the Taku no Video. Brent, my question to you today: what is the censor laws in Japan? Now, you've been talking about it on your podcast quite a bit, and I have read articles and stuff through Anime News Network about these censor laws. The question of it is, what are the current laws right now? And that's a very interesting question. Remember when I sent you that little clip talking about that one girl who was having problems with manga that was aimed for teenage girls, and she was not very pleased about it, and she threw the manga into the trash can because she didn't like the content of it? Well, what is the content laws of Japan? What sort of censorship laws do they have currently in the books? What sort of protections? Now, over here in the United States, we don't have this problem because we usually put things on the back of our DVDs or books and say recommended age. But do they have that over in Japan? That's a very interesting question. This sort of reminds me of a little story, and I would like to tell it real quick. Back in 1987, I was the president of the Lost Colony TARDIS, which was a Doctor Who fan club. I was in Lexington, North Carolina and having a meeting. This young woman comes up, and she asked me a question. And what was the question? She said, Robert, and after introducing myself, is He-Man in the Masters of the Universe, which was at that time being put out by Filmation, is that a good anime for my child to watch? And I'm not joking. This actually happened. That somebody came up and asked me if that was a safe anime for their child to watch. So I answered her the way I usually answer everybody who comes up and asks me about a certain anime or a certain show. And this is the way I feel. It is the responsibility of the parent to teach their morals, their values to their children. I have a niece and a nephew, and there are certain animes that I feel like, for myself, they're not ready to watch yet. They're got very mature themes in it, and I'm very conscientious about my niece and nephew watching certain animes. Now, some people say, well, what about my kids? Well, you should take the time to watch what they're viewing and give them instructions on what you feel like the characters are doing right or what the characters are doing wrong. It's the parents' responsibility to teach their kids the morals of right and wrong. Well, I hope that I haven't made too much of a mess of myself in this podcast, but Brent, I hope that you will take the time and think about what I have to say. Until then, I wish you a Happy New Year to all of you. I have plans to work on Ichabod Con. I've got so many panels, and I'm putting together information and stuff for that convention. And this time around, instead of going down there as the student, I'm going down there as the teacher, and I've got to have all my ducks in order, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of research and make sure everything's correct. Until then, take care, goodbye, and have a good day.